Hey there! Hi guys, how are ya? What's up today? Hey there! Hey Wayne, how are you? Nice to see you. Hey Robinson! Karen, great to see you. What's going on? You guys are busy tonight. Wow. I keep getting later and later. It's 10:20 now here. Hey there, girl. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Robinson. What's up, guys? You having a good Wednesday? What's up in your lives? Hey, Terry. Nice to see you. So I'm playing for you. Hey, Peter there. Nice to meet you. Great. Is it your first time here today? Let me know who is new. How many of you guys have I never met before? Because I'm obviously going to have to go follow you after this show. Nice to see you too. Hi from New York. Hi from Florida. I'm in Florida right now. Oh my God, you guys are all new. Where are you from and what time is it where you guys are? It's 10:20 here in South Florida. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. Hi from Korea. Oh my God, I didn't know I had Korea listening to me on the scope. What time is it there? This is your first time on my show. Wonderful, Wayne. Nice to meet you. Nashville, 9:20. I love Nashville. Can I just say, one of my favorite places. Awesome, awesome. 9:20. Cool. You're in Florida too? You boom. You're in Florida. Love it. New York, same time. Yeah, I love New York. I have such a good time in New York. I just party it up when I go there. Hey there, Omar. First time. Awesome, you guys. Well, as you came in, I was playing one of the guys that was on my show tonight from Australia. He was calling in. His name is Trevor Petrie, and we had such a good time on the show. I'm Jacqueline Jax. I host AVALiveradio.com, which is an incredible show that features indie artists from all over the world. And like on the show tonight, we had artists calling in from Florida, from New York City, from Australia. I mean, we just had everybody calling in from everywhere, and it was great because they shared a lot of their successes, and they also talk about their music. They talk about so many really cool things. Trevor and I had an awesome conversation. You can go back and listen to the show anytime you want to at AVALiveradio.com. Thanks for the hearts, guys. I already see those hearts coming in. I'm picking a winner tonight, so I hope you all will stick with me for the show. We're going to be talking about really cool things. Can I share your music? Can I share my music? Yes, of course you are, Omar. All you have to do is tweet me. The first way to get a hold of me is just by hitting the Perry button, and make sure that you follow me here and follow me on Twitter. Then if you share this broadcast to your Twitter right now, which I would really, really appreciate if you guys would do that for me, then I can follow that link back to go and join you on Twitter. What lipstick am I wearing? Actually, I wear MAC Cosmetics like crazy. So this color is a color called Pretty Please. It's called Pretty Please. And then I've got one of their lip liners on. Thanks for asking. I love my MAC lipsticks, you know, they're just the best. But yeah, so you guys can go back and hear the show. How do I find you on Twitter? I'm at Jacqueline Jax. Same Twitter handle all the way through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole 9 yards. And I'm on all the social media pages. You like my t-shirt? I've got the lips on tonight for the Rockstar show. So I really hope you guys go and engage with the indie artists that I interview, because they are so incredible. They're such a great group of people. I am an entertainment branding specialist, and I host this show so that people can get on there and talk about their music and talk about how they're doing it, how they're achieving their success, how they're pursuing their dreams. And it's just amazing. It's such a good group of people. I hope you'll join us all on social media, and also come back to my show and connect with me here. So I don't want to waste a lot of you guys' time. Feel free to talk to me in the chat. Send me messages on Twitter. I'm going to keep checking that out to see if you have any questions while I'm here. All you have to do is share this show to Twitter. You can erase some of the content and just keep the hashtag JaxScope and at Jacqueline Jax, and you can ask me a question really, really easy without leaving the broadcast. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, I want to say thank you, because I've got some giveaways for you guys, because every 3 days on the show I give away some really cool stuff. So you guys ready to see who's going to win from our last 3 days? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give the winner their choice of CDs from all of the artists on the show, and I'll send them in direct message and let you pick what you want, because I've got tons and tons of CDs sent in by all of the fabulous artists that I've interviewed. I have tons more coming in. They're always sending me so much great stuff. We do have in the future some gifts coming in, like really cool broadcasting tools that I'm going to keep secret from you right now. So you're going to want to follow me so that you might be able to win things like microphones and speakers and I don't know, lots and lots of really cool stuff, because I have tons of sponsors. Hey there, Shadow Battle is tremendous talent. Yes. She is awesome. Really, really cool. Steve, have you had a chance to see her in concert? Because I know you're down in our area. I got to interview her tonight. She's such a lovely, lovely person. I really like it. We don't know that song, but if you give me some CDs, I will tell everybody. Awesome. Thank you very, very much, because this is an indie artist program that I host, so it's definitely definitely wanting you to get in touch with a new indie artist. My wife, I'm in love. Who's your wife? Is it me? Maybe, I don't know. Yes, you do know her. Awesome. So Color Claude, you're from Italy, is that right? I hope so, because that's really cool. What time is it there? My goodness. So the person that's going to win tonight is going to get a copy of my singles, an autograph photo sent to your doorstep, autograph from me saying thank you so much for your support and actually involving yourself in the Hearts and Shares contest. So give me lots of hearts, because I am judging on the hearts. Also a personally signed thank you note, which is going in the mail to you. And like I said, a choice of these great CDs. I'll give you a choice of them. Now, I want to say thank you so much, and I'm going to get to your questions in just 2 seconds. Following me now on Twitter. Thank you so much, Wayne. I appreciate it. And you're from Clearwater, Stephen. That's amazing. I like Clearwater. That's really pretty. Haven't spent a lot of time there, but I've been through it, and it's a really nice place to be. I want to say thank you so much for showing up to my broadcasts, for sticking with me through them, for sharing them on Twitter, and also inviting your followers to come and talk to you on the broadcast. Now, something I love to do on Periscope is I love to go on other people's broadcasts. I like to invite my followers to come see what I'm checking out, and then we can talk back and forth about the topics right on the other broadcast. It's a great way for you to engage your own audience in something that you're enjoying and something that you're having fun listening to. So I want to encourage you guys to talk back and forth amongst yourselves on my broadcast, since I'm here pretty much every single day. So one of the things that I wanted to say also was, Steve Minotti, thank you so much for the hearts and entering the Hearts and Shares contest over the last 3 days. You were terrific in standing up for that. And also to Crystal Franklin, if you're here in the audience, thank you so much for joining us. Real Jersey Shore, stepping up with over 400 hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate your compliments. Drix, that's very kind of you. And Sarah Barnett, wonderful to see you entering this contest and trying to get in the Hearts and Shares contest. I also want to shout out to Jay Son for over 4,500 hearts that you have given me on these broadcasts just in the last 3 days. And Karen, thank you so much. You're always showing up for me in this audience, and I am just going to get you a win very, very shortly, I'm telling you. A special thank you to Terry. I know you're there in the audience. You have just been like crazy with the hearts from day one, and as a result, I am at, I think, over 130,000 hearts right now, which is amazing because I think I have less than 20-something broadcasts. So to me, I just think it's so special, and I think it's so wonderful that you guys have really been, the catalyst for all this. And I'm sure that when people see that I have a lot of hearts, they tune into the videos ever so much more so that they can see what we're all about and what we're doing here. And I am here for indie artists, and I'm using this broadcast to answer as many questions to you guys as I can to help you with your success, whether it be in podcasting or your business or in indie music. That is what I am here for, just to do. So keep tapping the screen. I love seeing the hearts. I love the purple. Actually, today is green. I'm seeing a lot of greens, and that's like, blues and greens are my favorite color. How come I never see royal blue hearts? Did you ever think of that? I think they just don't have royal blue hearts. But now I've got chocolate, peach, turquoise, green. I love it. Where are my pink hearts? Who's got pink hearts? I think one purple heart. Okay, well there's blue. Okay, more purple. So guys, I especially want to say thank you to our winner, who is going to be Chris McMenemy, because, and I'll tell you why, he has contributed well over 20,000 hearts in the last 3 days. And yes, I was on his scope earlier before the show. He definitely is the heart master of the week. It goes by the color of your profile background. Yes, awesome. I know, 20,000 hearts. He's been busy. On Monday, he was 2,705. No, actually, it was 4,769. On Tuesday, he was up in the 15,000 hearts range. And then, yeah, that's a lot of tapping. He wants to be the heart master, so let's just give it to him because he is the heart master right now. And then today alone, over 6,000 hearts. So that is going to be my winner for the week. But on this broadcast and the next 3 up until the weekend, I'm going to be looking for my next winner. It's going to be random. It's not going to be, I'm kicking it up a little bit, it's not going to be based on hearts only. It's going to be based on engagement. So not only do you have to kick up the hearts, but you have to share this broadcast on Twitter, and you also have to tweet me personally. How about that one for you? Oh boy, and I'm going to have a really cool prize to give away to you guys this weekend. So stay tuned and I'll give you some hints as to what that's going to be. Now on tonight's show, as promised, we're going to be talking about success and taking those steps forwards towards success. So please, hi Missouri City, nice to see you. Hey there, Pittman, nice you don't tweet. Well, how'd you get on Periscope? Because it's a Twitter-based app. Are you sure? Are you sure? You might want to change that. I think you should join Twitter personally. I'm a Twitter converter. I convert people all the time. Now, I'm out of chocolate. Yeah, didn't go get some. So it's going to be a cookie night tonight. And you guys are going to decide if I get one of these phenomenal cookies after the show. Okay? So you have to tell me if I've delivered the content well enough to earn the cookie. Yeah, I know these are so good. I'm actually going to make a cup of tea too because I am worn out. Oh my God. I have been working all day and then doing the show. We had all those interviews to do and now I'm here on Periscope and I am one tired puppy this evening. So guys, yes, you get a cookie already. Thank you. Thank you so much. If it wasn't rude, I would sit here and eat it right now, but I just don't want to be eating and trying to chat with you guys. Chai is the best. Oh my God. Do you know I used to go Shades of Pink. What's your first name? I used to go to Colorado so often to go skiing, and I used to get out of here. You know, Florida can be really kind of crazy sometimes. It's a beautiful place, but it's nice to get away and go to other places. I used to go skiing all the time in a place called Beaver Creek, Colorado. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. And they used to have the best like warm sushi restaurant rolls, you know, like that we go to a sushi restaurant in I'm trying to think of where it was. I can't remember what the name of the restaurant was, but they would have these warm sushi rolls. And if you're in the cold weather and you're skiing all day, oh my God, they're amazing. And we used to drink chai tea. And it was the first time I had ever actually had chai tea. And I just loved it. Just fell in love with it there. And I think it was like a tea house that was right on this, you know, beautiful little street in the middle of the snow. We used to go in there and, you know, take off all the ski clothes and everything and sit and have chai tea. And it was really, really nice. Shailene, Shay for short. Oh, hey Shay, nice to meet you. So you must be new. So I'm really glad to see you. Glad you tuned in. Now, keep moving forward to success. For those of you who just joined, I just want to remind you that I'm Jacqueline Jacks from AVA Live Radio, and today I'm going to be talking about keep moving forward towards success and ways that you should be doing that and ways that you should be combating the negative energy out there to keep moving towards your goals. The big thing that I was talking about on the radio tonight with the artists is that success is actually associated with action. It's not just a mindset, but it's something that you have to also include a lot of action and response into to get things moving forward for yourself. The big thing I noticed is that people who achieve great successes, they always keep taking those steps moving forward. Now, they make mistakes. They make a lot of mistakes. And we learn from our mistakes. So you can't be afraid to make them. But the big thing is that they never quit. They don't let those mistakes, let them quit. You know, you can't give up. You can't let people put you down. You can't let people harp on your mistakes. You can't let those mistakes get to you. And you can't have a fear of mistakes. My radio show is AVA Live Radio, Dr. Bart. So if you want to join me, you can go on the broadcast at any time on avaliveradio.com and rehear all the shows or connect with the live shows. Like tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, I'll be back on the air. And then I'm here every day at Twitter. So getting back to it, what radio stations? So that way when I get back down there, I can hear you. avaliveradio.com. That way you can download it to any of your devices or hear it wherever you are all over the world. You just go to the website. If you're on a computer, there's show players right on the site. And if you're on your phone, any of the pages will lead you right to the show to hear the latest story and what's happening with me. And then the top show that you get if you're on an app or you're just on the website is the current show and when we're broadcasting. And the times are always there, so you can't make a mistake by tuning into the live ones. Of course, if you follow me on Twitter or you follow me on Facebook, you'll always get broadcast, be able to connect to the broadcast right through there. So how do you guys feel about your success? Do you feel that you're moving forward at a good enough pace? Do you feel that people get in your way? Do you feel any obstacles, like from family or friends? Because it's really interesting to me how many people not moving forward, you say, yes, and you're stuck. And it's such a common thing. Let me just tell you one thing before I get started on the mental aspects of stuckness. Should we call it stuckness? I picked up, and I was tweeting about this incredible scheduler. And the reason why is because I have iPads, I have iPhones, I have a laptop, but I find that if I'm looking at things, I'm still more connected to it. You know what I mean? It seems to me that when I have my reminders go off on my computers, that's great. I get alarms, I get reminders telling me where I've got to be or what I've got to be doing. But for overviews and overall goals, I really do still like the written word and having that visual, exactly, right? That visual thing. Now let me just show you, I'm not going to show you a filled in page because they look really, really messy. But like for instance, if I move ahead, you can see that it's a big schedule, like a big overview. So what I'm looking at is we fill in all of these spots all the time so that I can have a big overview of what every single month in this book looks like. And then what I love about this one is that I have these pages for the weeks. And as you can see, it's got like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have to make up my own columns because this one doesn't actually have it, but I love the layout of this book. And technically, I'm supposed to take weekends off. Doesn't always happen that way. Typically, my weekends are catching up with this side of the page, whatever I haven't finished, and like setting up my calendar for the next week. But I like this format, and I think that maybe it might be helpful to you if tonight you listen to my show and then you maybe like put some plans down in here. Now, as far as scheduling and posting and stuff like that on social media, which is kind of an after topic for this, I do have some posting schedules coming out on my blog that you guys can download to help you with your social media. They're going to be available later, most likely in the fall or winter. We'll have them all finished, and they're going to have really great ways to share and collect new followers towards your success on Periscope. They're also going to have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. So it's going to really be, each social media is going to have a posting schedule, and it's going to have ideas for you, ways for you to keep track, all the little tips and tricks that I actually use to stay in point, and how I train my staff to help me with all of the social media posting and stuff that we do for so many indie artists through AVA Live Radio. So that will be available soon. Just stick with me and I will get those to you guys as soon as I can. Now, as far as success and being stuck, here's the thing. Are you stuck because you can't think of how to move forward, or are you stuck because of fear? Two very, very different things. I noticed that a lot of times people get stuck because their friends or their family or their husbands or their wives are pushing them down. They're putting so much. You're stuck because of both, and Jane, you're stuck because of money. I'm going to be talking about that actually. Now, first of all, if you're stuck because of the people hurdle, you can't let that get in your way. People are going to say things all your life, and as you get more popular and as you get more successful, it's going to get worse. In the beginning, it's worse because people want to deter you from what they think you're going to be able to achieve and leave them behind. You do, Terry. You have to tune people out. It's so, so important to tune them out. It's good to have that energy from people and surround yourself with the people who are achievers as well, because that will help. Like, for instance, my group of followers happen to be all successful, all people that are looking to achieve, and therefore they highly support each other. And I've been able to find a way to breed that in all of the people that join my network, because I really do want to encourage them to not only pursue their own goals, but to be participating factors in other people's as well, because when they give, those people give back. And that's what AVA Live Radio really, really does focus on. So Clark, you said, we'll have to come back and watch later. Oh yeah, definitely catch me on the replay. I appreciate you being here. So Karen, Periscope has been great for finding like-minded people, hasn't it though? I noticed, Karen, that you're in a lot of the different scopes that I show up in, and you always follow me into them, which is great, because you do have to drop those haters and you have to surround yourself with the right individuals. It's so key. I can't tell you guys enough. From personal experience, I can't tell you how many times I've hit roadblocks, not necessarily with my tools and getting the things that I need to get in front of to achieve the goals, but it's the people that get in my way. And it's typically the closest people to me. So understand sometimes you have to live a little bit of an isolated life in the way that you set the time aside for the people you want to spend the time with. But then when it's work time or it's time to achieve your goals, you really do have to block people out in order for you to get the mindset to be there. And I'm talking about mentally getting prepared for what you've got to do at that one given moment, and then actually doing it. Now, I find that I actually have to meditate sometimes when I jump from one thing to another. And by meditate, all I do is I sit down, I have a cup of tea, I change, like I shut down the computer, I turn off social media, I sit down maybe with my planning book, I look at what it is that I want to accomplish that day or that month, and I start to direct my energy towards it. And then within 20-30 minutes, the ideas start to flow again, and I start to get back in that groove. Now you can imagine that if I had people pulling at me during that time, I would never be able to get out of the stuck mode. I would still be in the mode where I was when I needed to sit down and take that relief. Now, things that help me do that: treadmill. I'll get on the treadmill and just have my notepad in front of me, like my iPad. That really, really helps because I've got the headset on. I maybe listen to somebody's periscope or do something very, very different. You learn to drop the difficult clients that make things frustrating. Yeah, you have to learn. You have to learn to pick and choose, because if people are demanding too much of you for what they're giving, then you're never going to get anywhere, that's for sure. Terry, you hit tennis balls, see? And you play guitar. We know what we're talking about, right? We definitely are on the same page with this. Everybody has that thing. Sometimes I'll even sit down and watch a movie, or watch a program in the afternoon, or I'll just sit quiet and listen to some music. But either way, you have to give yourself that time to get in that frame of mind. And if you can't take that time out for yourself, then it's going to make it really hard for you to be successful. A lot of people, a lot of successful people get up really, really early in order for them to do it. You got to leave the boat away from your crew, yes, because if you're there dealing with the issues of the crew, then you won't deal with what it is that you have to get accomplished because you're already working on that project. So you have to change your mindset and change your space to do it. Like I said, workouts are really helpful, sports are helpful, just sitting down alone in a nice quiet space. If you don't have a room to yourself, then maybe go out to a coffee house, put on a headset, and sit there and really focus on what it is that you need to get done. That'll really help you to get the space that you need in order to achieve. Getting back to waking up early, coffee in the pool, that's definitely been on my docket. I have definitely used the coffee in the pool in the middle of the day to get back into work. What you need is to get into that frame of mind. Then what happens is maybe you don't have the time factor, maybe you don't have the money, as what one of you was telling me about. Now, money is a funny thing. Money will appear if you need it, but if you don't need it, money typically won't appear. And it's really funny because a lot of people have blocks about money. Typically, there's a lot of extra money out there that you just don't realize that you have. Now, I know a lot of us have bills, we have commitments, and we have things to do. But over time, you can take little bits of money and maybe discover the knowledge where you don't necessarily need a ton of money to do the same startup that you were thinking that you needed. Now, I, for one, have started businesses with plenty of money, and then I've started them as hobbies with not a lot of money that I wanted to put into them. In fact, there are businesses that I have going right now that were wonderful producers of money that I started out with very little money for. So $9.53 an hour, yes. See, it's really, really rough out there. I do understand that. But here's the thing. What is it that you're trying to achieve? Because a lot of things don't need money like you think. Maybe it just needs knowledge. And if you gain the knowledge, or maybe I can help you, direct you to the right things to get some stuff done for free by yourself, you wouldn't need as much money. See what I mean? I always think everything is figure outable and there's always a way. Don't let money, let time, or let people stand in the way of your dreams, because eventually, if you have that goal in mind and you're in that mindset, things will appear for you. They will come your way. And I'm telling you, it has happened to me time and time again. Whenever I think that I'm going to shut myself down from something, then what happens is all of a sudden the tools appear. So you're moving, starting all over, and you need money. Okay, so the thing is, just relax and let it flow. Let the energy flow. Focus on what it is that you need actually to achieve your dreams, and don't focus on the money that you don't have. Maybe cut back on whatever you can if there are things that you want to achieve. And I know that this is not easy because there's always money issues, but I can tell you from working with so many indie artists that, let me tell you, they do not have money in the beginning. They usually don't have money all the way through until they get really popular, but they find a way to get that music produced, or they find a way to do it themselves. They find a way to get those websites going, or they find a way to make them themselves. So there are ways for you to get set up for free if you just put a little bit of time and energy into it, one increment at a time, until you can get the money generated. Where do they live, eat, etc.? Well, typically they have roommates. Whatever it is that they need to do, they do. So sometimes it's a matter of taking up, a friend or a family member up on their offer to buy you a little bit of time so that you can get on your feet. If things are happening and that's what's going on with you, and you can't get extra work and you don't have time to get extra work, then maybe that's something you need. A lot of people are under financial stress because they're in an apartment or they're living somewhere that they really can't afford, and it's just killing them. And I've got to tell you that you're only competing with yourself. So you don't necessarily need the latest and greatest space. Maybe you don't need the space that you're in, or maybe you're underwater on your mortgage or something, and you just need to drop that and get out of it, because you can't let these things take you down. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Drix. It's nice to meet you. I find that a lot of people that say that they're really financially under stress and it's starting to really get to them and get them so stressed out where they can't move forward, there's usually some kind of factor in their life that is really pulling their money away from them, and it's just gotten away from them. It could be so many things, and unfortunately, I personally am not a financial advisor, so I can't advise you how to manage your money, But I want you to take a deeper look at where it might be going, and maybe look at where you're living, and maybe change your job or pick up some extra work on the side if it's possible. I'm totally here to help you with that and give you some ideas if I know what you do and I know what you're good at. I would be happy to give you ideas on it. So money is a tool, and got to use it in the most effective and efficient way. Yes, it is so, so true. Money is a good part of success, but I still say that it's what's up here that's going to drive the success, because I have started businesses with no money. I really have. And just to try it out, I've been like, you know what? I'm going to start this because I don't want to throw a lot of money into it. I don't want to invest a lot. I'll just put my time, my energy into the project. I'll learn what I need to know and challenge myself, push myself a little harder to do some of these tasks that I usually would hire for, so that I can learn to do them first before I actually teach someone to do them. I do that still to this very day. Before I delegate something, I learn to do it first really, really well, so that I know how to teach the person and get the best out of the person that I'm going to hire for the job. I know how much to value the job. I always think that, thank God I own my condo outright. Yeah, Steve, exactly, right? That's a good thing. But I always find out what it is that that person's going to have to do for me and have to know to do for me before I hire for the job. Because typically people will apply for jobs to come and help you, and they don't really do them the way that they should be done, or maybe they don't put the time and energy into discovering what needs to happen in that job in order for it to be done so well and effectively for the money that you're going to spend on it. So it's really, really important that you learn the task first and then you hire out. Now, of course, if it's web design, you don't need to be the latest and greatest web designer. I actually go to OS training online, and I've learned to do a lot of things myself. I use a lot of templates because it saves me time in WordPress to build the sites that I do. But you don't necessarily have to use your own knowledge of website building. You could, if you're not interested in it, get a friend to help you, or start a template site, which is very, very easy, and you can follow an easy 5-minute video on how to set that up on WordPress so simply. And actually people give you phone support, like GoDaddy. They give you phone support on how to set up your website with self-hosting on WordPress, and then you just take it from there. Really easy. All this is in video on YouTube. So you can see there are certain things you could do, or you could get help doing from friends or family, that you might not know if you didn't ask for. I'm just saying. If there's a will, there's a way. So don't ever shut it down because of fear, money, time, or knowledge. There's a way to get it, because I've done it and I teach it and I encourage people to do it every single day. You helped me use iMovie. I did. Well, that's good. I hope so. I use iMovie on my iPad, actually. When I transfer the periscopes to video, I use the iMovie app. Just real simple on the iPad. I don't even bother to put it on the computer anymore. The vid came out pretty good. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Did you share it with me? Make sure you share it with me, Terry. So now we talked about time, money, and knowledge, and those factors and how they could get in your way. How else are you guys stuck? I want to know what else is sticking you towards these goals. And while you're typing that in, I just want to say that if you set your goals for what it is that you want to achieve, and you research like crazy, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes every time you get that chance, then you'll eventually learn what it is that you need to do in order to achieve the goal. But the research is so key on getting to where you need to be. What is image? What does image mean? Tell me just a little bit more so that I can help you. I told you about my daily planner. Now in my planner I have my yearly goals that change all the time, because as you accomplish things or you discover more things that you need to do, obviously that yearly goal is going to change. So that gets adjusted. My monthly goals, they slightly get adjusted, but typically I meet my mark every single month and I exceed it. And that's just because right now I'm able to put full time into this. Good podcast, your worst enemy is between your ears. Yes, it is. Your mind is what controls everything these days, for sure. Really, really does. Well, you can, I talked about upper limits a lot, and I even wrote something about this on my blog. The stress of deciding to help others' family before yourself. Yeah, I know. It's true. You do when you get into that where you start helping other people, you can't do it all the time, Terry. You can't do it all the time. You can do it part of the time. But then there comes a point where life is short. And if you find that you're spending every single day helping others only and you're not putting any part of that day toward yourself, you've got to, know your limits, and you got to cut it off. Want to speak, encourage, motivate, and don't have a sparkly smile. What do you mean you don't have a sparkly smile? You look like you have a sparkly smile, for sure. My family has, I didn't get the last comment. Will you repeat it for me? Your family's probably got in the way, maybe, or they've been taxing energy on you. It can happen because people need you, But like I said, most of the people that I find that are really successful, they have their own space that they retreat to at least some time out of the day. 5 a.m. comes too soon. Yes, it does. Good night. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. I find that when I watch people that are really, really highly successful in achieving their goals, they wake up really, really early. If their family is up at 8, they're up at 6, and they have that time so that they can use that time to get their headspace. Mornings are always really, really great for that. It's worth it to wake up that extra hour early just to have that time. You would be so surprised that what's with the mic? My mic? Oh, this is so that you can hear me so much better. This is a Apogee mic, actually. But anyway, it's really good to have that time so that you can get your head together. I have found that waking up early as I can, like sometimes even 6:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, depending on what it is that I need to achieve that day, has been such a key to moving this whole AVA Live Radio project forward. Because this year alone, I have been able, and we've only got a few months into the year, I have been able to link up with other radio stations to be able to play our artists. So coming fall, we're going to have more airplay for all of the artists on our show. I have been able to set in motion other music blogs and magazines that will be joining us and launching all of the articles that we produce, so that way the indie artists get out there in so much more of a push all at once. I've been able to hook up with networks like Reverb Nation. All of this I have done just from increasing the amount of time I spend every single morning when I first wake up on the projects before I even hit my email. Because once I hit my email, it's all over. I mean, I can easily get lost in, I get lost in emails. I think there's 600 and something every single morning when I wake up. 650 emails every morning. How long did it take me? It took me 4 years. I have been with AVA Live Radio for 4 years, and it has been a track, I can tell you. We had a lot of really great support. A lot of sponsors come on with tools, not money, but tools. They have given us everything from computers to IK Multimedia, who I can't even tell you, they loaded us up with a studio. They sent an instructor to teach me how. They still, to this day, support us, like these iLoud speakers that I use in the studio all the time. This is from them. They did giveaways on our site. They've supplied us with broadcasting tools, all kinds of stuff. And that was a crucial part. But it wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have reached out to them and contacted them and said, look, this is my plan. This is what I'm doing. This is my goal. I have this vision. Will you guys help out? And Apple stepped up to the table with so much help. IK Multimedia stepped up to the table with so much help. Right now, American Pride magazine is on board. So many magazines. I mean, I have like a wealth of magazines that have come my way and helped me get the word out there. And, either stepped up with networking or stepped up with tools, people like, I can't even, my God, there's so many over 4 years, but it basically took me 4 years. What does the AVA stand for? Originally, actually, I was the director of artist development for American Vocal Academy, and that's why we called it AVA Live Radio, because originally it spawned off of the people that were in the Vocal Academy. They wanted to launch music, and so we launched a radio station. And that's exactly where it started. And then after that, it just became something that became popular all over the world because we were telling stories that nobody else was, in a way that nobody else was. And it was more of a focus on the learning and sharing the resources and everybody coming together as a music community rather than just a hit or miss type of show. It was never meant to be something where it was just all about me, I, and look at what I'm doing, and then they disappear. It was always something where if we let you on the show and you join the community, then you have to give back in some way. And each one of those artists, as we grew, gave back by reviewing other artists for us and helping them make better music so that they could get on the show as well. And it still is in that process. It still has that behind the scenes. Like, for instance, we set up a group page that some of the members on Facebook use. It's a very small membership on Facebook. I noticed that still mainly we're email based. You know, it's like hundreds of thousands of people on email, but then on Facebook, I think in that one group, there's maybe 2,000 of the members. And what they do is, for instance, today, one Heath Verdict, who was on my show, he shared a new song that he wanted to release, but he said he wanted to get some advice and some help on it first. Just put it out there. He put it out there. He was a very brave soul. I tagged up. I gave him my advice and my take on the song, and then I tagged about 10 other artists that came to the table and gave him their wealth of information, what they thought that might make the song better, gave him some ideas, and it was really, really good creative space. It wasn't done in a way that was threatening. Nobody's ego was involved, which I love to see that, because that is something that I've tried to nurture in this community from the bottom of my heart from the beginning, is that you guys just communicate with each other and don't put anybody down, but be open to accept the critiques, because it's only done in really good spirit and just to make what you're doing better and to get you to the next level. Now, the artists were actually able to share even like mastering companies that they had used to make their music better, which I thought was so generous. Kevin stepped up to the plate, Kevin Gullickson from Radio Drive, who's been on my show multiple times, and he actually gave some of those really great resources away that he uses to make his beautiful music, which is doing so well with over 200,000 followers purchasing his music. So things like that happen in our community, and I love to see that, and that's where I spend the majority of my day, just making sure that those relationships move back and forth and that people are actually able to communicate. Now, we are building a site moving forward for this to happen on, because typically it happens on about 12 different social media spaces and on email, and that can get really confusing. So moving forward, we're going to have a site just dedicated to our members, so you guys will be able to join it too and be able to interact on the forums to do with business and success, indie music, broadcasting, whatever it is that you're into that you really, really want to be part of. We're going to have people in there running the forums and contributing the resources. We're also going to ask all of the game changers, for instance, like Matt Munson, who started InstaCanvas, or Alan Levy, who is with Blog Talk Radio and Cinchcast, which is the largest communications company in the world. They're all networking partners of mine. Reverb Nation with Lou Playa. I'm going to ask them to jump in there and include their resources and help us out within that community. So I have a huge amount of people that are on board and have been behind the scenes with us at AVA Live Radio to make us the strong community that we are and make sure that we continue to grow forward. Now, all this, I hate to tell you, I do in the mornings before I get email. All of the extra stuff that I set up happens in about a 3-hour block of me getting up early before I actually hit those 650 emails from the actual members of our community. So you can see, and then I do the broadcast. I make sure that we check out that all of our employees are in line and they are sticking to what they need to get accomplished that day. I check in with them through Google Hangouts and do Google Hangouts with them to train and make sure that they have what they need. They are on text message with me 24/7, which is just giving you a little insight. Like right now, Samantha is just checked in with me and she's letting me know that she got her latest list done. So those of you who didn't get your article launched on American Pride Magazine yet, guess what? She just finished all the articles, so they're about ready to launch. So you can see how these things are firing off. And all of my team is always, always training. They're always learning. They're always, I'm out there finding resources for them all day long and making sure that they get involved with those resources, like how to do better on Instagram, how to do better on Twitter, how to interact better within the community, how to make sure that you're talking to people in a way that they can understand. All those kind of things we're constantly living and growing, and then I share with you guys through my social media pages. So it's just like this big funnel that's been going on. And like I said, I've been doing it for 4 years now. We're on our 5th season, and I'm really excited to see it grow and just, change lives like it is. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about for your success is social media. Sounds like you're a great boss with a great team. Yeah, it's hard to find. It is. But, let me just tell you something. I go through a lot of people that don't fit before I find the people that do fit. And that's part of the process, You'll think that everybody is going to be a good fit, and I do give as many people a chance as I can. But not everybody's going to have all of the time and ability to understand certain tasks. So it really does take a lot of trial and error, and that's where a lot of your time can really go. How do we try out? How do you try out for which? To work for AVA Live Radio, or how do you try out for what? Tell me what the rest of that is. To work for AVA Live Radio, well, you can apply just by going to avaliveradio.com/contact and send us an email about how you think that you can help us out, whether it be in social media, editing, writing articles. If you have your own broadcast and you want to do it that way, maybe you want to set up a blog, and start blogging about the indie artists that we have on the show, or maybe you want to get in business marketing and sales for us. Whatever it is that you have that you can bring to the table, we're happy to have you join our team, and definitely open to hearing about it. So feel free to send me an email for sure. As far as you guys and your success, I interned for some great people in the past. Oh, wonderful. Well, you never know. Hey, you might end up on our team and making money through AVA Live Radio. That would be great. I'd love to see that. You've got to start somewhere. And here's the thing. I notice a lot of people don't scope because they're kind of fearful of making mistakes. Mistakes, let's just talk about mistakes and success. I have made so many mistakes, but I can't tell you enough that I just don't care. I really don't. I don't care if you guys see my mistakes. I don't care if I mess up, and it's just part of nature. We all start somewhere. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. I am not free of mistakes, and I am not going to sit here and tell you that you shouldn't be making them, because you should. You've got to make them, because if you don't make mistakes, you're never going to learn anything. So please don't try and make everything perfect. Don't try and make your periscopes perfect. There's 12 million people out on Periscope right now. You should be out there talking to people about anything that interests you, because you know what? Every single person that I talk to on Periscope, they find a way to connect with me on social media, and I find a way back to their Periscopes. And it's definitely a relationship, Chris McMenemy, who is winning this Hearts and Shares contest this week, we met on Periscope. I did not know him before Periscope. I actually landed, I think, in one of his Periscopes, watching him create a podcast. And I just was watching him, and I think I was like one of the few people in there, because it was like a late night podcast. He was new, and I was watching him, and I'm like, hey, how are you? I'm from AVA Live Radio. What's up? What are you doing there? And that's how we met. And then he started coming to my Periscopes. We hooked up on Twitter, and now we're fans of each other, and we go back and forth, and we share all kinds of things. I've even given him advice on his business websites when we do the Q&As on the websites. So you see, these relationships get forged through something like Periscope, because I'm able to sit here and talk to you. Now, I know you can only text me back, but you'd be surprised. I get a lot of information from you guys through that, and then when I go on your Periscope, you've already seen me, I get to see you, and this is what we got to work with. For some reason, it just works. It just does. You get to know me just by these broadcasts, and I get to know you by yours. So if you don't do them, you won't build the relationships that you need to get that positive energy. And here's my point about Periscope. Periscope, I have found, is such a wonderful community of people that are sharing and growing together. And like Karen mentioned, she finds a lot of her inspiration on Periscope. I do too. I learn a lot of things through Periscope, and I connect with a lot of people through Periscope. In fact, I just connected the other day with a man that teaches acting and does indie films, and I said to him right on Periscope, a whole new playing field in networking. Yes, it has, Terry, absolutely. Social media has created a whole new playing field in networking. It's totally changed the game and opened up space for us in such a lovely way. Now, I connected with this film industry professional that is now going to be looking for indie artists for his films. And how did I meet him? I met him because I landed on his broadcast on Periscope, and now we've been emailing, and now he's a new member of our community and is going to work with us there. So you can see how that can easily happen for you. You never know who you're going to meet, but you have to get started and you have to do it. And I don't care if you're on there just talking about something that inspired you, or you go for a nature walk, you share a little bit of something, maybe you're at a great hotel this weekend, or you're going to go eat lunch somewhere and you want to share that. That's still reaching out. So Karen, that's great. Yes, it's so great. I'm so excited about all the people that I'm meeting here. And do you know any good dentists that take payments? I do, actually, in Fort Lauderdale, because I'm in Fort Lauderdale, and I have a great dentist that takes payments. I should be in Fort Lauderdale at end of December. Hope to meet you in person. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? That would be terrific. Yeah, we'll have to sit down and have coffee. And I know a great hygienist. Is that in Fort Lauderdale, or are you sharing? Hopefully you guys, maybe if you're in the same area, you can share some information together. I go to Nancy, what's her last name? Let me look it up on my phone and I'll tell you who to go to. And she is just wonderful. She's just such a wonderful lady, and I'm sure that if you told her I sent you, Dr. Let's see. If you're in Fort Lauderdale and you want to get dental work done, I can't believe I'm actually, Rotroff, R-O-T-R-O-F-F, Nancy Rotroff. She's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful person. So support, getting the right people around you, not letting time, money, or knowledge get in your way. What else didn't I cover on success? Don't let fear stand in your way, guys. I hope that I have been valuable to you. It's time to give me my cookie, because it's 11:11 at night. I think we've been broadcasting for over an hour. So do I get the cookie? Do I get the cookie? Maybe a trip to Fort Lauderdale. Yes, maybe. I got my cookie. Thank you so much. I'm excited. So I'll be broadcasting tomorrow, guys. Yes, you have, Jax. Thanks. You're so, so welcome. I hope I'm helpful to you guys, and I hope that I am definitely making you think about things that might get in your way or might not get in your way as you, live the life that you want. Remember, we've only got like 30,000 days here on Earth, guys, so you got to make those good. Do something you like to do. The average person switches jobs, 3 times in their life? I was trained in construction management. Maybe that's why I'm kind of tough. I don't know. I used to build townhouses for a living before I got into broadcasting. So, and you'd never guess that about me. I was literally tool-time Barbie. Yes, I was. So you never know, and you can always make things happen. All you have to do is, like we said, get it in here, set the goals, learn how you need to do it, get the right people around you that can offer you some insights and let you know what it is that you need to know. I actually learn a lot through podcasting. I listen to podcasts and find a lot of the information that I need to grow networks and what's the latest and greatest tools to use from people that are podcasting about it. So that might be a really good space for you to look into, depending on what the business is that you want to get into. So guys, I hope you join me tomorrow again. Please don't forget to share this with your followers on Twitter for me. Also share it here on Periscope. And if you want to enter the Hearts and Shares contest, I'll be looking for that from you. Same time each night. I am on different times, actually, depending on when I do my shows. Tomorrow, I'll probably be on right after the show. So I have a broadcast from 12 until 2 on AVA Live Radio with some really great artists, and then I'll jump on Periscope right after that. Like tonight, I got on right after the broadcast. So it's kind of a different time space for me. It just depends on what questions get asked and when I need to answer them for you guys. But be sure to send me a question on Twitter. I really want to stay in touch with you guys, and I really want to see you again back in my broadcast again, hopefully tomorrow. Now, if you're following me on Periscope, you'll get the notification the minute I go live. So hopefully you get that on your phone, and bam, you'll be right here back with me again, and I will get it from you because I'm going to go follow YouTube. You guys have a great night. I love you to death, and big hugs to you. Have a great Wednesday night. Go watch a movie and relax, depending on your time zone. I'm going to go eat my cookie. Thanks for giving it to me. I'll see you later. Bye.